this message. North Korea test fires missile in bid to test South, U.S. Seoul, AFP, North Korea fired a ballistic missile Sunday, May 14. In an apparent bid to test the South's new liberal president and the U.S., which have both signaled an interest in negotiations to ease months of tensions. The missile flew more than 700 kilometers before landing in the Sea of Japan, South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said. The U.S. Pacific Command said it did not appear to be an intercontinental ballistic missile. New South Korean President Moon Jae-in, who was inaugurated on Wednesday, slammed the test as a reckless provocation after holding an emergency meeting with national security advisors. He said the government strongly condemned this grave challenge to the peace and security of the Korean peninsula and the international community, his spokesman Yoon Young-chan said. The North is apparently trying to test Moon and see how his North Korea policy as well as policy coordination between the South and the U.S. will take shape, said Yang Moo-jin, professor at the University of North Korea Studies in Seoul. Seeking leverage. The launch was also aimed at maximizing the North's political leverage ahead of possible negotiations with the U.S., as Pyongyang and Washington both recently signaled they were open to talks, he added. The North wants to show before negotiations that their precious, powerful weapon is not something they would give up so easily, Yang said. U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened military action against the North but recently appears to have softened his stance, saying he would be honored to meet the North's leader Kim Jong-un under the right conditions. Ko Sun-hui, a senior official at the North's foreign ministry handling its U.S. policy, also said Saturday the North would be willing to hold talks with the U.S. if the conditions are right. Washington has been looking to China for help in reining in Kim, and the missile test is likely to embarrass Beijing, which is hosting a summit Sunday to promote its ambitious global trade infrastructure project. China, the isolated North's sole major ally and economic lifeline, has been reluctant to exert pressure to upset the status quo in Pyongyang and risk an influx of refugees from its neighbor. Fast progress. The latest test was also the North's first launch since a controversial U.S. missile defense system deployed in the South became operational on May 2 and follows a failed April 29 ballistic missile test. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe slammed the latest missile launch as totally unacceptable and a grave threat to Tokyo. We strongly protest against North Korea, he said. The North has staged 2 atomic tests and dozens of missile launches since the start of last year in its quest to develop a missile capable of delivering a nuclear warhead to the U.S. mainland. Most experts have doubted that the North has developed an intercontinental